Springtime is finally here. You know what that means? Bring out the bright colors and the light fabrics. Definitely here in Los Angeles, it's been pretty hot, so I have definitely, moved away from sweaters, thicker fabrics, layering. Still layering, but definitely not as much. Probably just 2 layers at a time. Anyways, today I'm going to go over 3 things that will help you out with this transition into spring fashion. First thing I want to talk about is going to be shoes and footwear, sneakers and things like that. Definitely going into this warmer weather, you're going to see a comeback of the loafers. They were really popular back then, but I feel like during the winter time, you can't really bring them out too much. They'll get messed up in the rain and snow and stuff like that. But now with, the hotter weather, definitely bring them out. Yeah, there's different kinds of styles, different materials, different colors, lots of really good brands. So just definitely something to try out. Definitely loafers. Obviously, that would be my go-to choice right now. I'm really into them. I got these pairs from Nordstrom. They're a suede texture, really comfortable, really light. I like the color on them. Definitely goes with a lot of stuff with kind of a neutral color on them. Yeah. Also, you can go with your white minimalistic sneakers. Again, different brands, different varieties, different price ranges. For sure, you look out there in videos and research it yourself. You'll definitely find something that you like and that you can definitely afford. A couple choices I would say is Avija is always my go-to. I know they have the ones from Suit Supply that are really good, and they have some on Amazon that are pretty cheap. But definitely with that cheap price, you're going to be sacrificing comfort and probably longevity. Another thing I want to go over footwear is definitely get some colorful ones that you feel like you can match pretty good in your outfits. Some people kind of try to keep it minimalistic, but I've definitely seen some really nice colored shoes out there. And for one example, I saw these red Adidas the other day. A little bit on the chunkier side, definitely, but I saw them. I forgot where I saw them, but I absolutely fell in love with them. I was like, wow, I gotta get me a pair. So I'm looking into getting that pair. I think they're a really good sneaker in terms of spring, just because of the bright colors. Obviously Adidas are pretty comfortable, and they got that brand recognition of being around for a while. Definitely something that'll catch the eye, something that'll make your outfits pop. Next piece of advice for spring is gonna be, like I said earlier, the lighter fabrics. Definitely don't want to be wearing anything too thick, it's gonna be really stuffy. You're gonna sweat, it's gonna get hot, musty. You're definitely not gonna feel comfortable. Like this one I got at, pretty sure it was Zara. It's pretty loose, it has a nice texture on it. And that's the thing about these lighter fabrics, that now brands are coming out with different ways of playing with the texture. You got those netted texture, these kind of crimpled, I would say, textures. I've seen a lot of these recently. Definitely, look around, shop around. 2 spots that I would definitely recommend: Zara and Abercrombie. I feel like right now, they've been consistently good. Maybe Zara is kind of falling off a little bit for me, my style, and I've definitely seen myself more in Abercrombie. They have some really good pieces, a little bit overpriced for what I feel like the material is, but like I said, they have some really good pieces. You look around, you definitely find something you like and that you can afford, But the other day I pulled out a couple pieces from both stores, and I feel like there was even pieces that I wanted to buy, but I didn't pull the trigger because I was just maybe just try these out first, see how I like them, and then if I like them, if not, I can go back, get something else, swap them out. Definitely, like I said, play around with them, look around. You're definitely gonna find something you like. Just make sure get those lighter fabrics. That way you're comfortable during the hotter times. And last piece of advice I'm going to go over for today is going to be like pants, trousers, and stuff like that. Definitely, I feel like spring is a more casual vibe, a little bit more like free going. You definitely want to get yourself good pairs of blue jeans, I'd probably lean more into like the light wash just because they'll complement those brighter colors a lot better in my opinion. But that's just me, You also got like your loose fitting trousers. Hey, you can go for the slim fit, just depends on your preference. Definitely, again, different styles, different textures. Definitely want to go something, lighter, a little bit more airflow to it. That way you don't feel like you're sweating everywhere you go around. You're sweating too much, then you're going to stink, you're going to look awkward and nervous. That's not going to be good for nobody. But yeah, again, I would probably recommend, for me, jeans are kind of like, unless you have like a specific brand that you really like, you're probably always going to buy those pair of jeans because you like them. But yeah, Levi's are pretty good. Saw some really good ones at Zara that I liked that I've actually picked up. They were light wash, like a straight cut fit. Yeah, they're really nice. Definitely going to be wearing those out in the spring more. Yeah. And definitely look into getting like trousers. I feel like they're perfect for this time because you can dress them up, you can dress them down, just depending on your occasion. They're an all around good pants to have. That way, you got all your bases covered. You don't have to get too crazy with it. And they will definitely help out in a pinch. I know I've been absent for a bit. I just had school semester started again, and it's just been kind of wild getting my schedule and like juggling work and homework and all these projects and stuff. But I'm definitely gonna try and stay on top of it more. And I think my semester is over in June, so it's not too far along, and definitely getting a little bit more accustomed to it now. So hopefully I can keep making these videos for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.